When most people think of the Bay Area, fog and the Golden Gate Bridge are the first things that come to mind. To others, it's more interesting that there are more newly minted tech billionaires here than any other place in the world. To me, it's more about the thousands of miles of amazing Northern California roads and events like Monterey Car Week and Rennsport Reunion and Historics Racing at Laguna Seca. The combination of lots of roads and lots of money floating around means that the classic Porsche craze has gone full tilt. The legendary R Gruppe Porsche Club started here, and there's almost no one I know more OG than my friend Erik Lind. If you're a fan of Outlaw 911s, you know him as Captain Chaos.
I'm a serial hot rodder. I've raced cars and boats and anything with a motor in it since I was like 12 years old. I've never had a car that stayed stock, and I've had like 40 different cars, so nothing stays stock around me. One day I woke up, told my wife I want to get a 911, a weird colored one, a brown one, a green one, something. And sure enough, on Pelican, there was this bitter chocolate SC for sale up in Bozeman, Montana. So the price was right, and it was almost November, so no one wanted to go to Bozeman, Montana and look at a Porsche. But I flew up there and bought it and drove it home in 2 days in all rain and snow, including getting stuck on Donner Pass in the snow. It was great. Car didn't let me down, definitely fell in love with it at that point, and you know, I already had parts waiting for me when I got home to start modifying. I bought an SC specifically because they were a bargain Porsche, if you will. I couldn't see trying to buy into a long hood car and then modify it. It would just be crazy money anymore. But like most cars that I've owned, I went off the deep end, and the financial sense is sort of out of the window at this point. I'm clearly on the outlaw hot rod side of the Porsche world. For me, it's about personalization, and it's about making the car actually perform right. So I made a bunch of ergonomic changes in the car to make it fit me better. And I made a bunch of changes to the car to make it go faster and stop better and handle better and just be a better car all around. A properly set up 911, especially a modernish one with reasonable wheels and tires on it, is never going to try and kill you. It's no worse to drive than any other front engine rear drive car that I've ever driven, except perhaps out at that very, very ragged edge. I really don't care what it looks like. I mean, I do to a certain degree, but the aesthetics are sort of a means to an end. I changed wheels and tires to 17s because I couldn't find good enough tires in the right size that looked right on this car in 15. So as much as I love 15s, they didn't work on this car. But everything that's been done to this car has been done for a performance reason, not just for looks. I like to try and make it look nice at the same time, but that's sort of an after effect. Got into the Porsche thing because I wanted a car that handled again. I've had race cars and stuff in the past, so I wanted something I could steer and shift. But I will say that having gotten into the 911 world, I can't imagine having another car. You know, for me, I want that raw, visceral, nasty, dripping oil, having a great time feel. I want to feel every bump in the road. I want to feel it when I unfortunately smite that quail. That's what having a real sports car is about, whether it's a Porsche or anything else. It's about that feeling, and you can't get that out of a slick shifting, water-cooled 911 or anything modern, in my opinion. I get asked all the time, what would you do if you sold it? I wouldn't sell it. What would I buy? That's kind of where my head's at. I mean, okay, the car was a little slower than I like, so I put a 3.6 in it, problem solved. You know, there's really no reason with a 911 to need another car. I find that most people that drive that have 911s or early air-cooled cars in general, they know a lot about mechanics, and they know a lot about how the cars work, and they know what works and what doesn't work, and they share this information because the cool thing is this thing's been developed since '65, so people know a lot, and they're willing to share it. And you don't really get that with other types of cars. The people are what makes the hobby fun. Having been into all other kinds of cars and gone to different car shows, and there's a lot of people sitting around in lawn chairs and minding their own business, and I don't even get that. I mean, when I happened upon the R Group guys, this group of misfits, if you will, we'll look for any opportunity to get together and go drive. We don't care if it's raining, we don't care if it's far, we don't care if it's hot. We just want to go drive the hell out of these cars and burn up some dinosaurs. I mean, it's a great time every time.
No doubt the captain is a driver, and it's guys like him that are doing the work, being a leader, and shaping what it is to be a classic Porsche enthusiast. His efforts bring more and more people on board the Porsche train every day, and I mean, after all, every train needs a captain, right? Or is that a conductor? I don't know, you get the metaphor. Or simile?
It's not a midlife crisis car anymore, I don't think. I think Corvettes still hold that one.